Hey, Night Owl. Bear's back. Good afternoon, everybody. Just sitting over here reading some of the stuff out of the directions. Yeah, I wish there were directions. G-Key Man, afternoon. Alrighty. So, this is from yesterday. You can see that I actually built a little housing here. The 2x4 method was not going well because the spacing was off between the two parts. So that wasn't working out very well. So I just went to Lowe's this morning and got a little thin piece of wood, some bolts, nuts and washers that I had, and basically drilled everything out to where it was centered and mounted everything on here. Now I know these screws wouldn't normally go through here, but I figured for the diagnostic process we would need to get something. I don't know, it's probably me, but at the same time, I don't know because I'm still learning about all this. Let's see. All right, Pocket Women, good to see you. That sucks. YouTube disabling comments. That's not good. Starry Lock, good afternoon. But anyway, basically what I'm running into is a couple issues, but the biggest one is when, I can spin the wheels, the wheel pack, and like this, they spin pretty freely. I squirted some Houdini down along the shaft here so that things would turn a little more smoothly. However, when I put the drive cam in place, we can go ahead, let's go ahead and put the dial through. I wonder, just curious, but the drive cam has a crack here, and I don't know if that could be increasing the resistance. I did take out the little nylon plastic sleeve that I put right there. Put down here. I took that out and it didn't seem to do anything. But let's get this guy on here. That way I can show you sort of what's going on. You can see it actually gets down to about that far. And the resistance starts about there. Also, the spline key that came with it, I know from having looked at pictures and diagrams now, the spline key is not original. It was manufactured probably out of some wiper insert, and it is not quite thick enough and not bent in the right direction to go. You can see, let's see, there we go. All right. Normally the bend in it would be going inward toward the spindle instead of crosswise like that. Because in that direction it goes straight into this nylon washer that's here in the back plate. But let's go ahead and spin everything. You can see the dial turns freely. And then right about there, the resistance really increases. I don't know if that's typical. I don't know if that's normal. But also you can see how I have all the wheels scrambled up like that. And then we'll put the lever in there. And I don't know, I don't know if maybe the lever needs a spring or what, but anyway, we'll put this piece back in like we had yesterday. And just kind of hold some pressure there. But when I do that, of course, there we go. See, it'll grab it and pull it to retract the bolt without dialing in any specific combination. And I can sit here and scramble the wheels basically all day long. And as soon as I turn it back, it'll retract the bolt. So I don't think that's normal. Spring went somewhere, but I'm not too worried about it. So let's look here. Hey, Starry Lark, glad you're here. Mad Hatter, also glad you're here. We're just kind of doing a diagnostic differential, I guess you could say, to see what's exactly going on with this thing. Okay. Some extra resistance as you pick up more wheels is normal, but it shouldn't need much. Yeah, Night Owl, I was actually reading about that over in my study guide, and that is a lot less resistance now than it was. However, it was almost binding up the dial earlier when I was doing this. And then again, what has me is the fact that it will grab the lever from almost any position. No matter how much I turn the wheels and turn the dial, it will. All it takes is a good, like 2 turns. I guess that would be clockwise, and it'll catch, and pull the bolt. And I'm pretty sure that's not right. So let me grab another. Let's see here. When you dial the dial clockwise, do the gates all line up at once? All right, Pocket Women. Yeah. Kitties need to be fed. Let's see. So let's dial clockwise. Actually, let's get some more light a little bit closer. Okay, so the gate arm's off. And got the light on there. So you can see that the gates actually are not lining up. Just turning clockwise. Let's turn back this way. Okay, have the gates on wheels 1 and 2 lined up. I don't know if that's how that's supposed to be or not. If it's supposed to work that way. Is that giving you the data and the information that you need? Let's see. Yeah, Night Owl, that's what I was thinking, is that this shouldn't be able to drop in without everything being aligned. But there's nothing there's nothing there to keep it from doing that. Let me bring the camera in a little bit more. There we go. So, yeah, I mean, there's nothing there to keep that from dropping in. The underside of the arm. Okay. So here's the arm. Completely round like that. It doesn't look like there's anything missing or broken off. Okay. Broken. All right. Where would it be broken at? So I'm not seeing any rough spots or anything. But then again, you guys know better than I do. So it's supposed to have something that would go down here where the gates on the wheel pack is. I mean, that would make sense to me. Okay, it'll never work. Okay, so there's supposed to be something right there then? Is that what y'all are saying? Supposed to be like a stump that would go down into where the wheel pack is. Gotcha. Let's look. So I guess it should look like that then, is what you're saying. There should be something on the underside of this. I gotcha. Okay. So that would have to drop down. Okay. So that would drop down into these points here, or into the gates of the wheel pack. Sorry about that. Okay. I think I see now what y'all are talking about. Hey, Rune. Yeah. Okay. So I need a new one of these then. But it's been ground off. I wonder why that would be. I mean, you can look there. That's where. I mean, I see the grind marks now. Well, that's sort of disappointing. But I can see how that would work now. There would be that solid bar that would catch the gates in the wheel pack. And then once that bar was in there, it would be enough to let the arm drop down, catch into the cam, and then pull the bolt back. Okay. I'm getting it now. That's disappointing. Let's see. Rune, that would be the only combination lock I can open without the combination then. Okay, G-Key, man. Yeah, I'm not looking to throw anything out at all. So yeah, I'll save everything. And I'm pretty happy with this mount as well. Because I was able to get it adjusted just right to where it would hold everything and keep it spaced. I was also looking. I know that the spline key, this won't work as a spline key. I realized that. So what I was thinking about doing is cutting down some of the spring steel and then just notching it like right about here to where it would drop in and not drop any further. It would take 2 pieces of this to make the correct thickness. I discovered a really cool drawer at Lowe's over in the hardware section where in the hardware section where they have specialty stuff, they got like roll pins, and I saw some square stock, small pieces. I wonder if that could be ground down enough. Let's see. Use a key bow. Okay. I didn't think about that. Yeah. I could get... Actually, that would be a whole lot easier. And you're saying that brass would be better. Yeah, I've got several. Yeah. Got plenty of blanks on the wall over there. And actually some pre-cuts as well. I could grind down to make something. Rune, I see what you're saying is drill a hole through here and then fit it to line up with the gates. So let's see, you would talk about putting something through there and screwing that in. Okay, yeah, Night Owl and G-Key, man, yeah, I've got my whole bucket of scrap keys over here, so that would definitely give me plenty to work with. I don't know about doing all that. What Rune was suggesting, I guess you were saying drill a hole through here and then put something. Like, I guess you're talking about using this. This is cut off from the mount screws that I made. But put that through and then having a bar there. I guess I could try that. I don't know if I'll try that today. But I like that idea. Just kind of something to make do with for now. But I don't know. We'll see. Because I don't know about using something that hard. I don't know what the diameter is supposed to be on there. But anyway. Alright, guys. Yeah. Again, kind of disappointing. But like I said, this mount, I do like it. Okay. Yeah, Rune, yeah. It's kind of... It'd fall into all the gates, and then... See if we can get the gates lined up, at least. There we go. Of course, there's really no way of knowing. Okay. All right. Let's see. Number 6 or number 8 screw would probably work, or a roll pin. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is see that screw. What size is it? Yeah. It's an 832 screw, so it would fit and definitely fit in the gates. I just don't want to damage anything. I can see where that would actually ride up here and then drop down into the gates one by one as you get them correct. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, Pocket Women. Socks really wanted to come outside today with me. I didn't bring her out here because I was using the jigsaw to cut these pieces of wood, and then the drill to drill everything, and then the Dremel, which, yes, I was nice and I spared everybody from the Dremel again, and cut these screws off here so they'd be, kind of a nice flushness to them. But the dial does spin freely, which I really, really kind of like about that. Until, I guess when it starts picking up the third wheel, like right there, it's almost bound. I don't know if that's normal, but going counterclockwise spins freely the entire time. Let's see. New lever is $4, add a spring $5. Okay. Good guy. I don't think I've seen you at one of my lives before, but thank you for coming today. I think you were just posting over on my Twitter. I saw the alert come up, but I wasn't sure what you'd said. Let's see. Ah, 5 meals room. That's a lot. Of course, my cats get they have access to the dry food constantly. Let's see, 9/64 wide by 3/4 top of the arm to the bottom of the gate bar. So let's grab the ruler. Actually, we can measure this quite easily. Unscrew this. Drops in from the side. Okay. Yeah, Ren. I misspoke on that. Let's see. Let's pull that. And pocket women, last night I actually went back and listened to yesterday's live during the part where Socks was inside the shop by herself. And even then, she is still quiet, or not as vocal, I should say, as compared to the other kitties. So, yeah, all the gates, good guy, the gates, or the wheels, I should say, the wheels are flat, fairly smooth. I did lube everything up with a little bit of Houdini earlier, just to see if that would alleviate the problem. But everything's moving. So let's get the gates in here. The spacers also are not warped. Let's get... I'm putting these back in to get all the gates lined up. And good guy, yes, I do have a change key. It came with this. Okay, there we go. That would be just barely enough for that length. I mean, I've got more I can cut off. Let's put it this way. I mean, what do y'all think? I mean, it's reaching through to the bottom of the case. And then let's move the bolt there. Yeah, I mean, I think if I were to tap this arm, drill and then tap it, as long as I got it in the right spot, it should actually be right about where that circle is, from best I can tell. Drill that out and then tap it. I think there would be enough left here. If not, I've got more of these bolts. So let's see. Okay, GK man. Yeah, I saw your message earlier about not lubing it. I tried to keep it just on this part right here, but I know it got elsewhere. And I read something. Let's look here. Over here in this study guide that I've got, there was one specific part about lubricating. Let's see. I'm trying to see where it says this. That goes into electronics. Trying to see specifically where it talked about lubrication. I know it did. Let's see, it's got the forbidden zone, dialing procedures. Let's see. I know I read it somewhere. Anyway, let's look. Let's look at the comments here. Let's see. Be long enough. Drill and tap hole into the end of the arm. Okay. Yeah. I guess the question is whether I have a tap for this thread or not. I mean, that would be about how far it would go. And I imagine it would be better to sand this or grind these down. So I guess like save the threads on some of it and then grind it down there, or find a something smoother that would go in there. Let's see. Okay, yeah, good guy. We looked yesterday in the live about trying to find the last, or seeing if there was a locking washer right here for here, and there was not. Again, yesterday was the first time I pulled this out of the bag and laid everything out since I got it. But it was sent to me basically in a bag full of pieces. And I'd put some of the stuff together a little bit beforehand, but that was it. So we should have a locking washer that goes right here to keep everything in place. And then let's look here. I'll just align it so the arm engages the hub. So the pin is in the gates. Okay. If you're planning on manipulating it, open the gate bar. It has to be in the exact position to contact the wheel packs. Okay. All right. So make sure, in other words, GKMN, what you're saying is make sure that if I do this, make sure that I drill it out to where it's exactly where it should contact the gates. In other words, make sure it's in the right spot. And I get what you're saying about, in the wild, this probably would not work or would probably fail. And for my purposes, I'm just trying to learn. So I could probably I would get a whole new bolt once I made sure that I could thread or tap out a hole in here and get it the right size. And then that way I wouldn't ruin this. Because I know from what I'm seeing, y'all are... Okay. Yeah, Rune, I'll definitely do that. I've got some documentation over here from that Night Owl gave me yesterday. So I'm actually glancing at that right now. Okay. Okay, the lever spring, pull it down. So you're talking about this bit right here. Because that pushes where the spring was here, that pushes it back up there. And I'm missing another spring for this lock. We looked yesterday at this spring. But it went more like this, and where the case is broken through here, it won't hold. But does that need spring tension on it like here? Because otherwise that would just rely on gravity, and that wouldn't work. So does it need... Would I need a spring right here? I'm just trying to understand how, what parts I'm missing and what I need next, just to make this work. Again, just as a practice lock, just because I'm trying to understand the basics of mechanical combination locks. But it seems to me like there would need to be some sort of springiness there. That way it would force, like, say I had the post on here. I mean, is that all just gravity, or would that have spring pressure on it, spring tension on it? Let's look here. Okay, so the white this white arm here is what would actually pull it down, because that's an expansion spring that goes in there. I mean, I guess, well, this would go here. Okay, I see now. Gotcha. Okay, I see what's going on there. Yep, I see that now. Okay, cool. Alrighty, so I've got a little bit of work to do here still yet, but it's getting closer. Spline key and a post for the arm right there. I'll definitely make sure I measure like 6 times before I cut anything or drill anything. Let's see, there's all the wheels aligned. And then I would put that there. Okay. It looks like it would line up perfectly with where that little circle is in the bar. Those gates are pretty wide. That actually surprises me. That would be up there, and then you align the gates. That would drop down, and then the cam would pull. Okay, I see now. Alrighty, well, I guess between now and, let's see, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I still need to do laundry for work tomorrow. So I probably won't drill that today, but I will find, see if I've got a tap that will take that out. Let's see, let's look. Comments. When the wheel cam on top of the wheel pack rotates to the right point. Okay, got it. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, I'm understanding more and more about how that is. Okay. All right. I think I'm getting it. So we can. I will do that. I'll see. I have to look through my taps to see if I've got something that will hold that. And I'll definitely cut a new bolt, or new part of a bolt, where I can get a little bit smoother than that, because that literally came off of me trimming these bolts here on this side. And there it goes. This bolt. Let's see, and where did that spring go? There it is. I wonder if this spring is about the same as the spring that would go in this arm. It's about the same size. I'm just going to try for a fit here. And would that be... It'd be quite a bit more spring tension. Okay. So I think I need to find a bigger spring for here instead of just the little cylinder spring that I had. Okay. But I'm seeing more of how this goes together. Which, of course, is the whole point of the exercise. Alright. Well, Rune, I don't know, about audio and video sync. It's kind of delayed. I noticed that the other day. Actually, when I was thinking about why my signature send off or sign off is always me cutting off in mid sentence, and I think part of it's this app that I use on the phone to relay to the YouTube servers. Okay. There we go. All right. Alrighty, so there we are. All right, now we can see if there's a sync, audio video sync issue. But anyway, I appreciate, of course, G Keyman and Rune and Night Owl and Good Guy. Appreciate you all showing up here to help me out with this. Really, this is me learning combination safe locks. So, it helps me understand it for the purposes of the test. So, let's see. Audio and video are way out of sync. That's weird. Might have been because before I actually made the stream go live, I was doing some other things on the phone with this app up. Let's see if I can hear myself. I was doing some other things on the phone with this app. Let's see. Yep. Yeah. Sorry. I'm seeing how far out of sync I am. Yes, it is bad. Okay. Well, I'm getting ready to end up anyway. Let's see. Okay, GK man. I will pull that picture up and look at it as soon as we get done here. And then we can I'll look at that and compare it to this one and figure something out. Let's see. For me and what I'm doing, then yeah, I mean, more the merrier. Yeah, Rune, I would actually like to do part of my top secret plan for lives this year is to be able to bring on other people into my live videos on YouTube. So anyhow, Yeah, we're gonna try something like that. But yes, definitely some study sessions would be awesome. Um, I wish I could. I wish there was a digital copy of this. I know why they don't make a digital copy of the study guide, because I mean they charge money for it, and that's the only way that the locksmith licensing board in North Carolina receives money is through the fees that it generates. So like your licensing fees, your testing fees, uh, is $30 for one of these guys. You know, I understand that because they don't get any other direct funding, so it's all funded through the fees that they generate. Um, but if it was electronic, I could share it, which obviously they don't want done. Um, but anyway, we can read through it still, like we were. Let's see here. Hey, Brian. Yeah, Pocket Women, I think that, okay. Sync all fixed. Okay, cool. Rune, they did patent a scanner at some point. I remember a device like that from back in the late 90s, it seems like. Um, yeah, I can, what I can do, actually, I may take some pictures of some of the sections that I'm having difficulty with or need work on. Obviously, basic lock cylinder functions, the types of keys, um, cylinder disassembly. I've been doing that for a little bit now. I know how to do that. Is some of the other things like the finer points of basically of master keying. I know I need that. I need to work on master keying without the aid of a computer, because they do ask questions on that. Automotive locks, I still need to get some of the automotive locks, ignition locks from my source, so I can practice taking those apart. See, and then, then I've got safe combination locks, electronic safe locks, and access control. Because in North Carolina, access control actually it falls under locksmithing, even though there's a separate low voltage electrician license that you can get. But that's designed for burglar alarm systems. So I think the only questions about access control is there weren't that many questions about it. But basically, yeah, here is, let me look and see how many pages there are. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. 3 pages on access control. You got that. Page with pictures and another page with some pictures. So that's all there is in access control, and I've highlighted most of what I think it would be asking for, where it says see, like, the standalone requires no external wiring. Under Chapter 74, which is the North Carolina law for locksmith services, basically it says repairing, rebuilding, rekeying, repinning, servicing, adjusting, or installing locks, mechanical or electronic locking devices, access control devices, egress control devices, vaults, and safe deposit box for compensation or other consideration, including services performed by safe technicians, answers an often asked question on whether an alarm license is required for access control. Yeah, basically, you don't use your alarm license to do access control. You have to be a licensed locksmith. That's pretty much all for that chapter. Let's see here. Rune, I didn't. If that was during yesterday's, I was out here. I had Jason's live on in the background, but I wasn't following along with all the chat. But I may go back and watch that just to read the chat on that. The acid abloid pulse. Okay. Alright. Well, I have my homework. I know what's wrong now with y'all's help. Appreciate it. Very, very much I appreciate it. So I can get started on fixing this, and then I can have something working. Like I said, I may not do it today. Actually, I probably won't, just because I need to go get stuff ready for work tomorrow. Okay. Let me pull this link she just sent. Let's see. Rune, that link you just posted, it's not opening for me. It's got, okay, here we go. You gotta take the, studio out of the address there, or, well, I don't know. Oh, wow. Okay, Night Owl. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, G Keyman, I thought that this would do fairly well, because like I told you, yesterday evening, I was having a hard time with the 2x4, getting the hole big enough and lined up and everything. And it was binding on the spindle for the dial. So that's one reason why I went ahead and did this. But then I imagine, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but I imagine that if you install one of these out in the wild, and of course safe doors are different thicknesses, then I imagine if you had to, you could cut down the length of the spindle on the dial, or the shaft on the dial, and to make it fit whatever thickness. I didn't want to cut anything, so having this set up to where I can adjust the thickness just by moving these nuts here, that really really kind of works out. It's pretty awesome, actually, how it turned out. So I was thinking I might try that with. I don't know if it'd be worth it for some of the other locks that I have, but like cylindrical locks or something. But it does seem to work for this. So we'll put that there. Okay, Night Owl. Yeah, just Night Owl, just let me know. I'll shoot you a message through Twitter. Let's see. Okay, Rune. Let's see. Let me add that. Okay. Hey, Decline. Glad you're here. Yeah, G-Key, man. Actually, instead of doing the spacer block, because what I originally looked for, what I was looking for at Lowe's today, would be just like a tube, like a sleeve, that I could put in between here and not have to worry about these extra nuts and washers. And then that way I'd just have the bolt and then a washer on one side and then that tube to space it out, and then nut and washer on the other end. But I couldn't find any like that. And honestly, my woodworking skills are not that great. So having something to where I can adjust it to make it actually fit is nice. Yeah. So, but yeah, a spacer block, I could have used that. Video used outro. Huh. Okay, no doubt. That's cool. Yeah, I looked for at Lowe's today. I looked for smaller lengths of tubing like that. I couldn't find any. Not. I mean, they had some, but it just wasn't what I wanted for it. Either the material or the diameter or the length. I mean, I still would have had to cut some of it, and I didn't want to do that. So I figured having something adjustable would be a little bit easier in the long run. Maybe a little more difficult to make, but, easier to adjust for. Yeah, Pocket Women, yeah, metal straw. I was looking for all kinds of stuff, and actually, I don't know how I missed it, but in my Lowe's Hardware, there's a bunch of drawers for all the specialty parts, and they've got everything from E-clips to spring clips, which I'll go back. I may go back and look to see if there's a spring clip that would fit to hold the wheel pack on here. I would need the diameter. But also, I found they had a little package of music wire, different sizes. Let's see, four different diameters of music wire. I picked that up just because you don't know when you might need it, and they only had a couple, and it was marked as clearance, so I grabbed that. Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and slide out of here, and again, I want to say thank you. Night Owl, G Keyman, and Good Guy, he sent me a message on Twitter saying he couldn't stay. It popped up here on my phone screen, saying he couldn't stay. But I appreciate everybody, and Rune as well. Appreciate everybody helping me out with this continuing project, and y'all will be the first to know when I'm scheduled to actually take my test. I've got to fill out the actual forms and stuff, get that sent in. Got a few other things I've got to do to get that complete, and then of course just pay a lot of money. But excuse me. Anyway, I appreciate it. I will see y'all again next time. Like I said, I'll be out here Wednesday for sure, piddling around on something. It may be this, it may be something different. So anyway, y'all have a great rest of the afternoon / evening / morning. And yes, Pocket Women, pats to the cats, definitely. And definitely a Zoom study session. I would like to do just a Zoom Locksport meetup at some point, to where we can just kind of chill out and we all talk instead of just listening to me talk. Alrighty, folks. Well, I appreciate it again, and I'll see y'all most likely Wednesday. If anything changes, I'll put it up on Twitter. But I should be around Wednesday. So if you've got any ideas or anything like that you want to see me work on out here, send it to me between now and then, and we'll look at that. So anyway, let's see if I can cut myself off mid-sentence again, and we'll say have a great rest of your weekend, a great evening. We'll see you next time. Stay safe.